Please welcome CPAC Chairman Matt Schlapp. With Liberty Vote, powered by No1 Solutions, Naomi Ito. CPAC First Vice Chairman Charlie Giroux. And CPAC Board Member McLaughlin & Associates, Jim McLaughlin.
It's that time again. It's that time. I don't know if anybody's been, is there an unofficial poll out there about what the conservative movement, which we now call Americans who love America, what they think about things? I'm honored to be up here on the stage with all three of our guests, but our Vice Chairman, Charlie Giroux, and a fellow board member, Jim McLaughlin. And Jim, you have some results.
That's what I hear. I can't tell you how many people have asked me, when's the straw poll coming out? When's the straw poll coming out? And we've never seen this kind of excitement for the straw poll. And it's actually kind of amazing being a non-presidential year. So with that said, without further ado, and the other thing is this, these numbers, they speak for themselves. And you're gonna see it, I guess, because you guys are the ones that voted, you're gonna agree with them, but here we go. And just so everybody knows, for a non-presidential year, this was literally a historic turnout where we had over 2,500 people actually come out and vote and make their voices be heard. And I'll tell you, one of the things I've learned is walking around here at CPAC, people want to be heard. Do you approve or disapprove of President Trump? 97%. Nobody gets 97%. Trust me, Matt and Charlie, they don't have 97% approvals in their households.
It's a sensitive subject, Jim.
And 83% strongly. And there was, folks were telling me things are going to fade for the president. I saw the speech last night. I saw your reaction. Nothing's faded for the president. With that said, what do we think of Joe Biden? 99% disapprove. 98 strongly. And I will tell you this. Now, I've been going to CPACs for close to almost 4 decades now. That's where Matt and I met years ago. He's older than I am. Just kidding. But, you'd have times where Bill Clinton didn't have numbers this bad. Barack Obama didn't have numbers this bad. We just got back a national poll of all voters, and trust me, you look at Joe Biden's numbers now, they are horrible. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I don't understand, Jim. 1% approve of Joe Biden? I can't. I know, I think the back corner got some, what happened?
Look, there's a lot of security, and as we tell everybody, it's anonymous. Some of the press must have stuck in. What are the most important issues? And remember, you could choose up to 3. Election integrity is number 1, 49%. Immigration, border wall, 48%. Constitutional rights, freedom, 43%. Then you have things like inflation, cost of living, 27%.
Can I say something there, Jim?
Yes, sir.
I have all these people that say we can't talk about the 2020 election. And if you go around the country, if you come to CPAC and you talk to folks, everyone wants to talk about the election. But they don't want to just complain about all the illegal activity. They want to know what we're going to do. And so you gotta own it. You got to understand it, and then you got to address it.
That's exactly right. Which do you think is the greatest threat to America's safety and national security? And originally, I'm going to tell you the history on this question real quick. I just had China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and the Afghanistan question. Matt made me change it. He said, put in Joe Biden's incompetence. And I was like, well, no.
Actually,
That
I
was
said
right.
put in Joe Biden's incontinence, but you got real close. I mean,
It's the same thing. But look at it. And we're seeing this right now again, there was a media poll that was out yesterday. More than 60% of Americans said the Ukrainian invasion wouldn't have happened on Donald Trump's watch. And that's with all voters. Now, one last thing, little housekeeping. When we're done, within, not maybe right away, but within an hour or two, all the results will be up there. We obviously don't have time to deliver all the results from the survey, but they will all be there. We believe in honesty and transparency in our surveys, just like we do in everything else. So now the question you were all waiting for, the straw poll. What happened? Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to be ahead? Who?
Chris Christie.
All right, here you go. Donald Trump, 59%. So much for him fading. He had 55% last year. Ron DeSantis is at 28%. So, do you agree with those numbers? And look, and even the other candidates that get votes, they tend to be Trump related. And the gentleman who yelled out Chris Christie, well, you see what happened there.
Well,
Anyway.
I like some of these. You know, we would be in Maryland right now, except their Republican governor said we'd kill each other. He's at 0. He literally got no votes, so. And there's this guy, John Kasich. I didn't even, wow. Were you just putting him on there to be mean, Jim? What are you doing?
He says he might run for president.
Okay.
So those are the choices. Now the next is the ballot without Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis, 61%. And what happens is one of the interesting parts, 2/3 of President Trump's voters from the first choice go to Ron DeSantis. Make sense? Okay. All right, so now we go to the next one.
Oh, and then we have, I'm still letting it all sink in there. That's great. Naomi, walk through, you have a great voter technology. You use blockchain, and you have some great results as well with this company, Liberty Vote.
That's right. Thank you for the introduction.
And thanks for being at CPAC. We really appreciate anybody flying over here from Tokyo to be with us. It's a wonderful thing.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here today. In the existing election system, many frauds have been committed due to falsified data. In particular, the last US presidential election has brought that reality to the attention of many people all over the world, including Japan. We understand that this is not just an issue of the United States of America. We are all facing a crisis of losing our freedom and democracy. Democracy is our right to vote. That is why Liberty Vote has been developing a system that is fair, transparent, and it is applicable both online and offline. And in this system, people are authorized before they participate, making sure that they are individuals who qualify to be voting for this country. And in this system, nobody, not even the administrator of the system, can tamper with data. We no longer have to rely on a single entity to trust with our data. And above all, it allows participants to log back into the system and make sure and confirm that their votes have not been altered. And the process is clear, it's transparent, it is proof that election integrity is possible. And we believe that this CPAC 2022 is the right place to start. And we have great results, so I'd like to get right into them. There we go. I'm pleased to announce that we have had 905 people participate in our blockchain portion of this weekend's straw poll. We had 4 questions prepared, and all of them had great results. But I'd like to announce 2 of the 4 which I believe are worthy to mention. For the first survey question you see up here, more than 3 out of 4 people have voted yes to implementing blockchain technology to the election for more transparency. And I must say this is a very encouraging result. And the last question, thank you, whether conservatives need to be more active in virtual spaces such as the metaverse to fight against the big tech. An outstanding 93.2% have voted yes. And as Jim had mentioned earlier, all of these results will be on CPAC website later. We're so happy with the results, and it is such an honor to be here. Once again, thank you to all of those who participated, took the time in the blockchain portion of the survey. 1 person, 1 vote. For eternal world peace, let's make those votes count.
Amen.
Thank you, Naomi. Thank you for everything you're doing to restore this idea that there's a sacredness to elections. Jim, thank you for your great results. I think you all know that Donald Trump Jr. is in the House. He'll be talking to you shortly. We have other great things to come, so stay with us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.